Hello, hello, everybody. Brent Jones, New Home Source Realty. Hope all is well. Good morning to you. Let's chat a little bit about the current market conditions, residential market conditions, home buying, home selling conditions in the North Texas area. Hope, hope this thing is working. I assume it is. So anyway, let's talk about the current market conditions in the residential market in North. And what it is, where it's headed, what the future may hold, et cetera, et cetera. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about the buyer side, the seller side. We're going to talk about lenders, and we're going to talk about supply and demand and inventory. Before we do that, all the business side, click notifications, follow me, like this video, and leave a comment. So let's chat about it. Let's talk about buyers, sellers, lenders, and inventory. Buyers. I've been doing this for 30 years. It is the craziest, most extreme seller's market I have ever seen, ever. I mean, every advantage is tilted to the seller's advantage, everything. So you as a buyer, that's the nature of the game, and you got to play the game. If you want a house, you got to play by the rules, and the rules are the sellers hold all the cards. So if you're going to submit an offer, and again, if you have a realtor, listen to your realtor's advice, but this is what I'm telling my clients. You need to ask for it. Close as fast as you can. Now, if you're going to go get a mortgage, you're going to have your mortgage company is going to need about 4 weeks to get your file in and out of underwriting. So, but close as fast as you can. Here's something else for you to consider as well. You might want to consider not having an option period. Now, what's an option period? When you write up an offer, you can put that you want an option period. Typically, that time is used to have the property inspected, go over the inspection report, go back to the seller through your realtor, and request repairs. I've seen offers now where there's no option period. So the buyer's agent submits an offer. If the sellers accept and sign, bam, you go from active straight to pending. That puts you in a real competitive advantage. If you can pay cash, wonderful. Not everybody can pay cash. And if you can overpay, wonderful. Not everybody can afford to overpay. Are California buyers ever going to run out of money? I don't know. Maybe not. But here's something else you might want to consider is you're going to waive your right to terminate the contract, excuse me, based on the appraisal. You're going to waive your right to terminate the contract based on appraisal. That's something else for you to consider too, which would be you go under contract at whatever that price is. If it doesn't appraise, you're saying you're not going to terminate the contract because it came in under the contracted price. You would bring the difference to closing. You would waive your right to terminate based on the appraisal. Now, again, chat with your realtor and see if any or all of these are possible, but wherever possible, that's what I'm advising my clients to do. So ask for absolutely nothing, close as fast as possible, consider not having an option period, and consider waiving your right to terminate based on the appraisal. So that's what you've got to do to be competitive. We're going to talk about how to possibly convert you from a VA or FHA or conventional loan into a cash buyer, but we'll chat about that in just a minute. Okay, so that's the buyer side. Sellers. Sellers, the market is tilted in your advantage. I mean, you hold all the cards. Everything is supply and demand. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but everybody and their brother are moving to Texas for a wide variety of reasons: politics, climate, economy, lower taxes. There's a lot of reasons why people are moving to Texas, and they are. And everything is supply and demand. And there's a huge demand out there and a limited number of houses, limited number of inventory, limited number of supply. So you hold all the advantages. Your house is probably worth more than it's ever been. So you should, if you're thinking about selling, this would be the time to sell. There's a good chance if you put your house on the market that it's going to sell fast. And there's even a good chance that your house could actually sell above asking price, assuming that you and your realtor put it on at a reasonable price. Anyway, there's a good chance you could actually get an offer above asking price. Now, those conditions do not hold true for every house in every price range in every area. Typically, those are in the more popular areas in the, I'm not going to say lower price ranges, but I would say somewhere between 200 and $500,000 in good school districts. You could expect that to happen really, really fast, above asking price. But now when you get into the 600, 700, 800 and above, you're getting more into the rare air. Not everybody can qualify for a home in that price range. And so the market is still good for you, but I wouldn't expect that you're going to get above asking price and your house sold in just a matter of days. It's going to be a little slower for you. But in that 200 to 500 price range, good areas, good school districts, you could expect your house, if it's in decent condition, you could expect your house to sell fast and a good chance for above asking price. So if you've ever thought about selling your house, and we as Americans, middle America, this is how we build our wealth, really, is through our house. You buy a house, you live there for a number of years, and you sell it, you get the equity out of it. You sell it, and you actually make tens of thousands of dollars. So that would be great. The other thing, sellers, would be, you don't want to sell your house because you have no idea where you're going to go. Well, we've talked about this before too. I've got a dream home finder program. Let's go look and see where you might want to go move. Let's see some off market, some pre-listed houses, not pocket listings. These houses are not even on the market. These are just homes owned by sellers who we might actually think about selling. Dream home finder, you tell me what area you want to be in. Let me go see what's out there. So before you put your house on the market and you sell it really fast and now you're homeless, let's see where you might go move. Let's kind of reverse engineer this. Let's go see where you might move before you put your house on the market. But that's a real option that I provide as well. So okay, buyers and sellers. Now lenders know that what really is preferred is a cash buyer. And when lenders get VA buyers approved and FHA buyers approved, they know there's a very slim chance that this person's going to get a house. So lenders are not doing a lot of contracts with VA and FHA because if you are in a really, 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 really competitive market, cash buyers are king, and then conventional, and then FHA and VA are at the bottom of the totem pole, and lenders know that. So what could lenders do to change FHA and VA buyers, and even conventional buyers, into cash buyers? There is a program out there, a couple of programs. One of the best ones is one called Ribbon, where you can actually qualify for a mortgage, but they will convert you into being a cash buyer. So now you can compete with all the people moving here from out of state. So now you and your realtor can actually write up the offer as a cash buyer. So now the playing field has become a lot more level. You actually, it's a lot more competitive. You can actually have a chance to compete. So talk to your lender, see if your realtor is familiar with it. I'll be happy to provide you with more information. But there are programs out there, again, Ribbon, where they would convert your loan into you becoming a cash buyer, where now you could compete. Another really cool program that's out there is new construction. So if you've ever wanted to buy a piece of land and actually go under contract with a custom builder and build your own house, there's lenders out there that have new construction loans where you could actually finance the purchase of the lot and go find your custom builder of your choice and start building your house. And the lender loans money at different uh, at periodic points. They pay the builder and they finance the whole thing for you. So new construction loans, that's a very cool option as well. So there's the three. Here's inventory. Everything in business is supply and demand. And we've got, with everybody moving here from out of state, we have a huge demand. We have a limited supply. But there are signs that the supply side is going to be getting better here fairly quickly, and fairly quickly in the next 3, 6, 9 months. So here's how the inventory side, the supply side, is going to get better. There's going to be more houses on the market for a variety of reasons. Number one, this whole COVID forbearance program where the government has allowed homeowners to stay in the house over a year now and not make a mortgage payment, that's coming to an end. The day of reckoning is coming. Now, the government keeps kicking that can on down the road and extending it, but they can't extend it forever. It's supposed to expire the end of June 2021. They may or may not kick that can on down the road again for another 90 days, but regardless of what they do, it's coming. And what you're going to find is you're going to have a lot of homeowners who hasn't made a payment in over a year, and now they're upside down, they're underwater, they can't afford to pay back what they owe. And they're going to think, hey, my house is worth more than it's ever been before. Let's just sell it. Let's sell it. Let's get the equity. Let's pay off the mortgage and let's go on down the road and get something else. So that forbearance program coming to an end, that's going to put a bunch of houses on the market. Also, you've got investors that have had rental properties, and they've got renters that have been in the house again because of this COVID forbearance. Renters haven't paid them their rent in over a year, and a lot of landlords, a lot of investors are like, you know what? I am done. I am done being a landlord. I'm done. And these investors are upside down and underwater with their mortgages because they owe money on the rental properties and they're not getting rental income, and they're now in trouble. So a lot of investors are going to, when the renter leaves, fix up the house and put it on the market. So that's another way you can get a lot more houses on the market. Excuse my throat. Sellers, we talked about sellers. A lot of homeowners are like, hey, you know what? My house is worth more than it's ever been before. It's time to strike while the iron is hot. So a lot of sellers that haven't been in the market yet are going to be putting their house on the market. So that's another one. And here is the fourth way that supply can actually get better is through new construction. Now, new construction right now it's a disaster because people are buying houses left and right. A lot of new home builders have got 30 and 40 and 50 contracts to build houses, and they need to get caught back up. The problem with new home builders is they're having labor shortages and they're having supply shortages. In particular, they're having lumber problems, window problems, and brick problems. That's going to work itself out. You know, a lot of these builders have been in business for decades and they've seen it all, and they've got programs in place, contingency programs to pretty much handle anything. They will get through this too. So new construction, when they get their act together and labor gets better and supplies get better and they build all the houses that they actually have under contract, they will be able to be in a position to start building some inventory homes, some spec homes that could close within a matter of weeks or months as well. I'm guessing that's probably going to be 6 to 9 months, but that will work itself out too. So you've got the whole forbearance homes that could come on the market both through individuals and through investors. You've got sellers that just want to jump in the market, and you've got new construction who's going to work out their labor and supply problems, and they're going to start building a whole bunch more houses. So on the supply side, it's going to be getting better. Not right now, but give it 6 months. I think it'll look a lot better than it does right now. On the demand side, people are still going to be moving to Texas. If interest rates go up, that's going to cool the demand some as well. So the insane sellers market could begin to cool off. Again, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've seen it where it's a seller's market, not to this extreme. I've seen it where it's kind of 50-50 buyer seller, and I've seen it where it's a complete buyer's market and you couldn't give a house away. So everything changes. The market is ever changing, and this will change as well. But that's where we are, summer of 2021. Anything I can do to be of help, I'm happy to do it. It's Brent Jones, New Home Source Realty. Any questions you have, if you're thinking about trying to get qualified for a loan, I've got some great lenders. If you're thinking about selling your house, I can get you a full price cash offer, or we can go the more traditional route and list it, and let me do a market study and see what houses are selling for in your subdivision. Are they selling fast? What's the DOM? What's the typical days on market? Are they selling for asking price or even 101, 102, 103% above asking price? Let's just see what's going on. But I'm here to help any way that I can. Brent Jones, New Home Source Realty. Call me, text me, email me, Facebook message me. I'm happy to help any way that I can. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.